Welcome back. So today's topic is about the semaphore in operating system. So let us first try to define the semaphore. So what is a semaphore? Semaphore is an integer variable which works with two atomic operations, that is wait and signal. Okay, understanding? So semaphore is an integer variable which works with two atomic operation, that two atomic operations. And what are those two atomic operations? Wait and signal. So the wait you can call it as P also, you can call it as down also, or you can call it as test also, right? So signal you can call it as up also, you can call it as V also, or you can call it as increment also. The meaning is same, right? In several books you are having the various terms like wait and signal, or P and V, or down and up, or test and increment. Okay, but the meaning is same. Okay, so why semaphore? The question arises, why semaphore? So semaphore is being used to acquire the process synchronization. That's it, right? Semaphore is being used to acquire the process synchronization, right? So as you have, I have already discussed about the process synchronization in my previous video. So during the process synchronization, lot of problem used to arise, and that problem is the critical section problem. So what is the critical section problem? Critical section problem is the problem where the processes will be competing for the critical section, and the problem arises to access the critical section. That you call it as a critical section problem, right? So to avoid the critical section problem, that means to acquire the process synchronization, we are moving for semaphore. So semaphore is a solution for critical section problem, or it is a solution for process synchronization, right? We are having two types of semaphore, right? So binary semaphore and counting semaphore. So in this today's video, we will be going for discussing the binary semaphore, and in the next video, I will go for discussing the counting semaphore. Okay, so these are the two types of semaphore. So let us try to understand the binary semaphore. So what do you mean by binary semaphore? Binary semaphore means it takes the binary value. That means two value, that is 0 and 1, right? So that is the binary value, right? So let us try to understand the binary semaphore by taking the technical example. So I am writing one C code. So here you can see the simple C program. So in this particular C program, you can see over here, this I have declared here, this one as a global variable. This is a global variable, right? This is a global variable, and if you are getting the main function here and here SUB function, okay, two functions are there, and inside I have declared here the local variable in this particular function, right? Right? See, this global variable actually is a shareable variable, right? So this shareable variable can be utilized by any part of your program. So if it is a lengthy program, for example, it's a 1000 lines of code you have written, right? So those 1000 lines of code, if any part of that particular code wants to access the global variable, they can go for accessing that global variable. Okay, global variable means it is meant for all the processes, all the functions in your program, right? So this particular global variable, you call it as a critical section, right? You call it as a critical section, right? So see, what is a critical section? It is a segment of code. Okay, so this is a segment of code, yes or no? So this is a critical section, right? And this critical section is such a code which can be shared by all the processes inside your program, right? So for example, I am taking this function from here to here function, I am taking this as a process P1 and this as a process P2. Right now process P1 and P2, if they require, they can access the global variable. That means they can access the critical section easily, right? But the problem arises if lot of processes like P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, 100 processes are there in your program and they want to access the critical section, that means the global variable, then the synchronization problem arises, right? So to avoid that problem, synchronization problem arises means critical section problem arises. So to avoid that critical section problem, one solution is there, that is the semaphore. So we will be learning about the binary semaphore here, right? So binary means two values. It can take the two values 0 and 1. So right now process P1 and P2 has to be synchronized properly to access the critical section, that means the global variable. Okay, so how to synchronize all the processes in your program to access the global variable? They need to take the special permission by executing the certain code. Okay, so they need to process P1, P2, P3, P4, they have to execute certain code. So in the previous video I have while discussing the process synchronization, I have explained it clearly, right? So what special code they need to execute? So they need to execute the entry section, critical section, then exit section, then the remainder section, then come out. Okay, so this is the code they need to execute. That means each and every process, if they want to access the critical section, that means the global variable, they need to take the permission, that means execute this particular code to access the global variable. By doing so, the synchronization will be maintained, right? That means the critical section problem will be solved, right? As there is a problem of critical section, that means lot of processes will trying to access the global variable. By doing so, lot of processes will be getting conflicted. When the processes will be getting conflict, that means the problem arises. That means they are not able to access the global variable. So that is the conflict which we call it as a critical section problem. So we need to solve the critical section problem. Okay, so that for solving that critical section problem, each and every processes has to take a special permission to access the global variable. Okay, so that permission is that by executing this particular section of code. Okay, entry section, critical section, exit section, coming out. Okay, here right now the concept of semaphore comes, binary semaphore. So binary semaphore takes the values of 0 and 1. Okay, so when a process, for example process P1 wants to access the global variable, process P1 has to execute this particular section of code. Okay, so P1 comes to this particular code to take the permission, right? So it will execute this code. That means what? It has to execute the entry section. Here, what is entry section? Entry section means this particular code it has to execute. That is the concept of semaphore arised here. Concept of semaphore came over here. Okay. So process P1, right now process P1 wants to access the global variable, access the critical section. So process P1 will go for executing this code. That means it will go for executing the entry section, right? So executing the entry section means thus the semaphore will be implemented. Okay, so what is a semaphore? Semaphore is a integer value which works by using two atomic operation, that is wait and signal, right? So right now the in entry section is nothing but this entry section is nothing but executing this particular code. Okay, right now P1 executes this particular code. That means the semaphore will be, the wait operation will be executed, right? So before executing your atomic operations, they has to be initialized. That means the semaphore has to be initialized. Okay, the semaphore is initialized to 1. So as the binary semaphore can be of two values 0 and 1, so in the beginning the semaphore value is initialized to 1, right? So right now the process P1 executes this wait, right? So wait semaphore value is 1. So while s is less than equal to 0, see here a semicolon is there, that means it is stopped here, that means no operation, right? If right, no operation. See, our semaphore value is initialized to 1. So P1 wants to access the critical section, right? So it is executing this particular code. So entry section, you are having the semaphore value 1. So while semaphore value is less than equal to 0, that means 1 is less than equal to 0. So is it true or false? 1 is less than equal to 0. The condition is false, right? So the condition is false over here, right? The condition is false. That means, so it will be exiting from this particular loop, right? So condition is false. So 1 is less than equal to 0. Condition is false. It is moving to the next statement, right? So what is the next statement? S equal to s minus 1. That means your semaphore value will be decremented to 0. So it has executed the entry section. That means the wait, right? So semaphore value it has set to 0. So entry section, then P1 enters into the critical section. So P1 will be accessing the global variable, right? See the synchronization you see over here. P1 is accessing in the critical section. Right now P2 wants to enter at the same point of time when P1 is in critical section, right? So P2 wants to enter means it has to execute the entry section. That means the same, right? So right now what is the semaphore value? Set it by the P1, 0. So right now the semaphore value is 0. So P2 wants to enter into the critical section. That means it will execute the entry section. That means it will execute this particular code. So now the semaphore value is 0. So while S is less than equal to 0, condition satisfies. So it is S is 0 is less than equal to 0. That means the condition is true. So it will be revolving here only. It will not be proceeding to the next statement. Right? As the condition is true. That means your P2 will not be able to enter into the critical section. Understanding? So P2 will not be able to, it is not able to execute this particular entry section, because here only it is being stopped here. Right? So P2 will not be allowed to enter into the critical section, thereby allowing the P1 to complete its execution. So by doing so, the process synchronization is achieved, yes or no? That means the critical section problem is solved, yes or no? So P1 will be executing the critical section, that means accessing the global variable. Then P1 will be, after accessing the global variable, that means accessing the critical section, it will execute the exit section. See, here the mutual exclusion is properly achieved. Progress is also achieved because P1 has entered, not allowing the P2. After completing of P1 only, P2 will be allowed. Okay. So here the mutual exclusion is achieved, your progress is also achieved. Right. So after completing the critical section, it will execute the exit section. Okay. So what is the exit section? Exit section is this one, this particular code. Okay. So P1 has to execute the exit section, then the remaining code, whatever the code is there. So this is for accessing the global variable, right? So remaining code then coming out from the here this particular section, right? So P1 has to execute the exit section. Exit section means this one, it needs to execute the signal operation. Okay. So signal operation S, semaphore S. So semaphore S, what is the value of semaphore S? It has set over here as 0, right? So what is the semaphore value? Is 0. So right now it will increment the semaphore value 0 to 1. Understood? So in the exit section, it will increment the semaphore value from 0 to 1. So after incrementing, try to understand, semaphore value is becoming 1 means another process can enter. Understanding or not? So it is incrementing the semaphore value to 1 and exiting out. Okay. So right now what is the semaphore value? Semaphore value is 1. Right? See, here the conflict is not arising. So P1 and P2 are not fighting. So by using the semaphore, every processes are synchronized properly and getting the access of the critical section. Understanding? So right now, when the semaphore value becomes 1, right now P2 wants to enter into the critical section, means it will execute the entry section, that means this particular code, that means semaphore value is right now 1, so it will execute, okay, S less than equal to 0, so it is false. Moving to the next statement, it will make the semaphore value as 0. Semaphore value S minus 1, it will make the 0 and enter into the critical section P2, right? Execute the critical section, and after executing the critical section, it will go for exiting the exit section, right? So which is the signal, right? So the semaphore value of process P2 is 0, it is set over here, then it will increment the semaphore value to 1, thereby allowing the other process P3, P4 to enter into the critical section in a synchronized manner. So by doing so, by using the semaphore, by using the binary semaphore, all the processes are entering the critical section in a synchronized manner, thereby avoiding the critical section problem, right? So critical section problem is getting avoided. That means critical section problem solution is given by the semaphore, right? So semaphore is nothing but it is a integer variable which works with two atomic operations, wait and signal, right? So I hope you understood the binary semaphore in a very clear manner. Okay, so in the next video I will be go for studying the counting semaphore. Counting semaphore in the sense it is just in a critical section 2 to 3 processes can enter at a time to access the global variable, right? That means 2 to 3 processes can enter into the global variable and 2 to 3 processes can enter into the critical section and access the variable. Okay, so we'll meet in the next video. For the time being, thank you.